I'm William Arruda of Reach Personal Branding, and I want to talk to you about your online identity. How do you show up on the web? What's your online profile? And what would someone think about you when they Google you? Well, first let me start with the facts and why you need to build a powerful online identity. If you're looking for a job, absolutely critical. We know that 79% of hiring managers and executive recruiters use Google to determine if they're going to bring someone in for an interview or not. In fact, most of them are looking at Google to eliminate candidates, to find a reason not to bring them in because there are so many qualified candidates for every open position. So you need to make sure you have a stellar online identity to ensure that you get the interview, ace the interview, and get the job. So I want to talk to you about how you evaluate your brand on the web. I speak with a lot of MBA candidates and they say, I know I need to be visible on the web. I've been working on getting things on the web, but I don't know if it's good, if it's bad. Is it going to help me find a job or not? So what I want to do is share with you the 5 measures of online ID. These are the things that people are using to make decisions about you so that you can evaluate your own reputation online and make some decisions as to how you're going to impact it and improve it. Let's start with the 5 measures. They are volume, relevance, purity, diversity, and validation. We'll start with volume and relevance. A few years ago, those were the only 2 measures people cared about. When they would Google you, they would see, is there a lot of content about this person? Because if there's a lot of content, clearly they have something to say. And relevance is this person who they say they are or who I need them to be? Right? And a while ago, when somebody Googled you, that was it. They were looking at how much content you have and is it consistent with who this person says they are. Well, today, because of changes to Google, because of people jumping on the web, because of all kinds of new opportunities on the web, there are actually these 5 measures. So let me tell you about the other 3, and then we can talk a little bit about how you can improve your online brand in each of these 5 areas. Purity is about people being able to determine what's about you and what's about other people who share your name. Can they determine if you're the Bob Jones who just did an incredible project for a volunteer organization or the Bob Jones who had a DUI recently? You need to make sure that people find content just related to you. The challenge is there are so many people on the web now, purity is a really hard measure. So you need to make sure that your content stands out. We'll talk about how to do that in a moment. But let's switch to diversity. Diversity is a really exciting measure for your online ID. Until just a couple of years ago, pretty much all you saw on the web was text-based content. When you would Google someone, you would just see text-based results. However, thanks to blended search, now when you Google someone, alongside that text-based content, you see multimedia, headshots and images, video, and real-time content from Twitter. You want to make sure that you have a true multimedia representation of who you are on the web. That's what the diversity measure is about. Now let's talk about validation. Validation is the newest and eventually will become the most important measure of your brand on the web. Validation is all about having others speak for you. What is their opinion of you? What would people say about you? What are their opinions about your ability to do what you say you can do, right? This is like TripAdvisor for people. It's getting feedback from others so that I can make a determination about you. It's not you telling me how great you are, it's me understanding that from people who've had an opportunity to work with you. So those are the 5 measures. Now let's talk about how you can improve your online reputation in each of those 5 areas. Let's start with volume. If you Google yourself and nothing shows up or not very much, you want to get more content on the web. So be thinking about thought leadership. How can you take what you've done in your MBA program and turn it into articles or maybe deliver presentations for your local association and so forth and get all that content translated onto the web? How can you go into new social networking tools like Google Plus and Names and Visible.me and create a profile? This will all show up when somebody Googles you. You can go to Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com and do book reviews on topics related to your area of expertise. This will show up in your online ID. That's all great for helping with volume. It's also great with relevance. Now with relevance, you want to take what you want to be known for and make sure that most of what's on the web is related to that. So find portals related to your area of expertise. If you're in marketing, find the marketing portals. If you want a job in HR, find the HR portals and contribute content. Contribute content to blogs related to your area of expertise. This is going to increase the volume of content related to what you want to be known for. That's the relevance measure. Now let's talk about purity. With purity, you want to stand out from others who share your name. Now, the good news is when somebody Googles you and they know it's all mixed up with other people who share your name, they're sophisticated searchers. They're going to find a way to find out what's just about you. What they're going to do is use a keyword to try to find you. You need to know what those keywords are and make sure that everything that you put on the web has those keywords in it, so that when somebody searches for your name and that keyword, everything pops up. So for me, for example, my keywords would be personal branding. So if I had a common name, if someone looks for William Arruda personal branding, just content about me would show up. Now let's talk about diversity. How do you increase your diversity quotient on the web? Well, first of all, you need to make sure you have a headshot. That headshot is critical because it connects people with who you are. People are more likely to believe content if there's a photo of who that content is about. So a professionally taken headshot's a great start, and then you want to start thinking about multimedia, right? Can you do something with video? Can you get a presentation you deliver taped? Do you have a video bio where you tell people what you're about? Get those videos on the web, put them on YouTube and other sites like Vimeo and Rever and sites that take video content. This will all be part of your online ID. The great thing about video is it allows you to deliver a complete communication. So people are going to know what you're really about. They're going to be able to engage with you. Video is the next best thing to being there. Now let's talk about the last measure, validation. This is great. It's so important for you to get feedback from others and have that visible and available to the people who are searching about you. So that means in your LinkedIn profile, do you have recommendations? Do you have words about you from others? There are new tools like Branch Out. Branch Out is LinkedIn for Facebook. And in Branch Out, people have an opportunity to rate you and to say some things about you in 140 characters. Honestly.com is a new tool. It is like TripAdvisor for people. People can go in and anonymously explain what they think about you. That tells others what their experience might be when they're going to work with you. Now that you know that, Google yourself and see where you show up in those 5 measures, and then make a plan to improve your online identity. It will impact your ability to get a job, and it can be the tool that you use to stand out from everyone else who wants that same job that you're looking to have.